Hi everyone. Today we're going to look at another legal template. This time we're going to look at an invention disclosure form. So this is a form that you might distribute around your organization for people, inventors, to fill in, to submit their ideas, to consider whether you want to pursue patent protection for the ideas. So we'll just take a quick look at this form. Now I've used different lengths of forms in different formats. And I found that this one usually works fairly well. It's a good balance between being easy to fill in, but also getting enough information up front to help the decision makers decide if they want to pursue the invention or not. So you'll see at the top just some bibliographic information, name, business unit or department, date of submission, and importance, low, medium, high. Obviously you can sort of characterize these however you want to, but it's helpful in my experience to have an idea of the inventor's perception of the importance of the invention. Then the title of the invention, sometimes they'll leave this blank, but just to have them kind of guide you about what we're talking about. Then you get into the actual description of the invention itself. So what is the invention? How does it work? Giving a high level overview in this section here. And then you'll often hear about inventions described in a sort of problem solution type of scenario. And so here you're asking, what is the problem that the invention that you've come up with actually solves? And it's important here, you want them to be specific and technical, improving the customer experience or making things faster. Doesn't really give you enough information to go on to decide if you want to pursue it or not. So you try to encourage them to be a bit more descriptive than that. And then you have them give you some information about old solutions. How was this problem addressed in the past? If they're aware of prior art, like older patents, they might put that in. Or if they're aware that a competitor has something similar, this is where they'd fill that in. And again, it kind of helps guide your thinking about how new or non-obvious their invention might be. I also like to then ask a bit about use and disclosure. You want to know if this is out, if it's been released in one of their products yet, if they plan to, if they've talked about it at a conference. You want to have a sense of any disclosure issues. Different jurisdictions have different requirements about whether the invention has or has not been disclosed at all. And then in some organizations, some of these inventions are sort of pie in the sky. And so it's helpful to have a bit of a sense of, are you currently developing this right now? Is your team working on it actively? I also like to ask, what countries do you think this invention will have value in? So if you have sales in countries, obviously there's potential value. If you have competitors or manufacturers that manufacture in other countries, sometimes you want to consider patent protection in those countries where manufacturers manufacture, even if they're imported into a different jurisdiction. So that's not to say that the inventors are going to tell you where to file, but they'll have a sense of where there might be some value. And then lastly, I like to get inventor information up front. Not super crucial, and obviously you'll handle this later on, but it's kind of nice to get a sense of who your inventors are and how you can reach out to them. So it's a fairly simple form, but I find it useful, and if you want a copy of this, just let me know and I'm happy to send it on. Thanks.